Despite being a self-confessed Arsenal supporter, Graham Allen is an academic and an award-winning poet. His collections The Madhouse System and The One That Got Away, as well as his ongoing e-poem called Holes, are all published by New Binary Press. His poem Earth Angel was performed by Gatecrash in 2020. A new collection, No Rainbows Here, is due to be published by Salmon Press shortly.
A question. Imagine there was no place for you, nowhere to rest on this fertile earth. Tell me, my friend, what would you do? Dig a hole in the dust and disappear? Grind your teeth and wail at the moon? Curse God and teach your children to throw stones? March together in hopeless defiance, fists raised high against tanks and tear gas? Or would you stay still and silent and die, crammed into the one small box they allow you? The men with dark glasses and heavy machine guns whose faces stayed blank when they murdered your boy. Imagine there was no place for you, nowhere to rest on this fertile earth. Tell me, my friend, what would you do? Mythologies. How will we know when the end has arrived? Who will board up all the windows? What kind of person will be left to mentor the solitary child in the village school? How will we know, those of us who care, when the last heron has abandoned us? What colour will the sky and the hills become when the distant sound of engines cease? When the last stretched limo takes the last remaining banker with the last of the money out through the gates, how will we buy food or clothes or alcohol or answer the door to our desperate neighbours? When we are left to our own devices, the power supply is shut down at source, and all our screens are still and not voiceless, what stories will we tell our sons and our daughters? Valediction. There is no consolation because there is no sadness. There is no sadness because it could not have been avoided. Regret is not relevant nor akin. Tragedy is nowhere in sight. There are wild eyes full of incomprehension and tears, but this is very far from saying there was ever choice. There was never any choice. There was a day full of rain, there was the summer of glorious sunlight. This is weather, it arrives. Nothing more. It arrives, it comes, it goes. There's no consolation because it simply arrived, like the weather, like mist rises. A snake swallowing the bowl of the valley, the green, brown, yellow hills that are not the valley but make it, like death. Like death makes life and all its interstices, the spaces of what we call the world. Why do they hate us so much? A small television screen in a cafe, a group of Palestinian boys jumping up and down as if they had won the World Cup. As the second plane ignites within the swollen belly of the second tower. They don't hate you. You're not even an element in their elevated thought. They're just not used to the experience of winning, have never before known an answer to their prayers.